That shit ain't country music, and it ain't ever been country music, and it ain't gonna be country music.
That ain't country. With just 3 words, Gavin Adcock didn't just criticize Beyonce's Cowboy Carter. He set fire to one of the biggest debates country music has seen in years. Was he defending tradition, or was it a moment of pure gatekeeping? Maybe even something darker? Today, we break down the controversy that has Nashville divided, fans arguing, and the internet at war. Beyonce drops Cowboy Carter, an album full of fiddles, steel guitars, nods to country legends, even Dolly Parton herself. It shoots straight to the top of the Billboard country charts. For some, it was history. For others, it was heresy. Then Gavin Adcock posts a video. He looks into the camera and says the words that echo louder every day. That ain't country. Supporters claimed he was the first to speak the truth. Critics called it racist, ignorant, even career suicide. So who's right? And who gets to decide what real country is? Before we judge his words, we need to know the man. Adcock isn't a Nashville insider. He built his name online with viral clips, rowdy shows, and a tough, no-filter attitude. His fans see him as raw and unpolished, the opposite of the machine-made stars Nashville usually pushes. So when he took aim at Beyonce, it wasn't just about one artist. It was a statement. Country music is ours, not theirs. But is that bravery? Or is it fear? Fear of losing the genre to someone bigger, louder, and undeniably successful? The backlash was immediate. Hashtags battled across social media. Hashtag that ain't country versus hashtag Cowboy Carter. Some fans rallied. Finally, someone said what we were all thinking. Others slammed him. This is gatekeeping. This is outdated. This is hate. Memes, edits, TikToks. Adcock's face and Beyonce's album cover side by side. One rising star, one global icon. And here's the irony. Beyonce didn't have to say a single word. Her record-breaking streams spoke louder than anything Adcock could post. But the fight was only beginning. Then came Charlie Crockett. Not a superstar, but respected. A man who fought his way up from busking on the streets to filling concert halls. He didn't just defend Beyonce. He blamed Nashville's system itself. Hey, country folks, Beyonce ain't the source of your discontent. It was 25 years of bro country. He accused the industry of selling fake stories, prepackaged songs, and shutting out real voices. And suddenly, the debate wasn't just about Beyonce. It was about Nashville, about the machine, about who country music really serves. So now it wasn't Adcock versus Beyonce. It was tradition versus innovation, gatekeepers versus outsiders, and Nashville caught in the middle. If this feels familiar, that's because it is. In 2003, the Dixie Chicks criticized President Bush. They were erased from radio almost overnight. In the 1970s, Willie Nelson and Waylon Jennings rejected Nashville's control and built outlaw country. Back then, they were called troublemakers. Today, they're legends. Even Johnny Cash was warned, sing for prisoners, Native Americans, the poor, and you risk your career. Country music has always punished those who step outside the lines. So the real question isn't whether Adcock is wrong or right. It's whether country music can ever decide what its lines even are. So what happened to him? Some fans praised his honesty. Others unfollowed, called him a bigot, demanded boycotts. Radio stations grew quiet. Streaming numbers stayed flat. And while his name was trending, his songs weren't. He gained attention. But attention isn't always respect. And in Nashville, doors that close are rarely opened again. So what's the real price of saying, that ain't country? Here's the truth. Beyonce doesn't need country music. Her fans will fill arenas. Her streams will break records. Whether Nashville opens the gates or not, she wins. But Gavin Adcock? He does need country. It's the only space he has, the only platform that gave him a voice. So while Beyonce can walk away untouched, Adcock's entire career hangs in the balance. And that balance depends on how fans, not Nashville, answer the question, who belongs? At the heart of this isn't just two artists. It's the soul of country music itself. Is country a closed circle, reserved for those who fit a narrow mold? Or is it, as Johnny Cash once said, the voice of the voiceless? Because if Beyonce can't be country, then maybe country has nothing left to say. Maybe it's just trucks, tailgates, and cliches, unless it dares to let outsiders in. And that's the line Gavin Adcock drew. A line that forces every fan, every artist, every listener to decide what is country and who gets to own it. Gavin Adcock's 3 words, "That ain't country," lit a fire that's still burning. Beyonce's Cowboy Carter poured gasoline on it. And now, the genre stands at a crossroads. Maybe Gavin is right. Maybe without lines, country loses itself. Maybe opening the gates means killing the genre we claim to love. Maybe country was never about rules at all, but about telling real stories, no matter who sings them. Either way, after this fight, country will never sound the same again. This debate is just the beginning. And if you want to follow every controversy, every scandal, every battle that shapes the future of country music, then hit that subscribe button right now. Because in this genre, the next fight is always around the corner, and you don't want to miss it.